allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Counselor McHugh. Here. Counselor Kinsey.
Here.
Counselor Smith.
Present.
Counselor Jones.
Here.
Counselor Chakov. Absent. Counselor Simchek.
Present.
Thank you all for coming tonight. No proclamations tonight, so we're going to move right into public comment. And we have one person, that's Randy Jones.
You tried moving that desk on me, Mayor. It tricked me a little bit. But,
Hey, Randy, 3 minutes.
I yield my time back, sir. It'll be quick. I timed it. It's like 1:10 if things go smooth. Beyond this speech here is, I know you very well, and 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 you very well. I mean no disrespect to anybody that's sitting here. The others, I don't mean disrespect, but you don't know how I communicate, okay? But I'm very passionate about that pledge number 1. So let me go on. On May 21st, I sent an email to the city mayor and the entire council regarding my thoughts and support for the memorial portion of Veterans Park upgrades. I'm disappointed, but not shocked, that not one of you reached out to acknowledge that email. I would have been more shocked if the representative of my ward had reached out. By not reaching out to your constituents, which includes your citizens, the taxpayers, and veterans, you as a group continue to display a lack of transparency and progress. It appears the cost and design since 2021 are all over the board and not any closer to a practical, common sense solution today than it was 5 years ago regarding the veterans upgrade. I'm not here to be combative. Your lack of response forced me to be here tonight to speak publicly. I get the sense the memorial portion is fueled more by project indecisiveness than passion, and that's a shame. I'm a 6-year Navy veteran. We have over 600 active veterans, and then multiply that by the family members in this city, and then go from there. Our projects, other projects, like the F-15 fighter jet, that would overshadow any original memorial is one that says, hey, look what I did. Not, hey, look what we've done for our veterans and our great nation. I believe any administration is legally bound to provide complete, factual, and up-to-date information before any vote or final decision is made for the Veterans Park upgrade, including the Veterans Memorial. You folks have touched something that hits me, and I will be here. This is not threatening, it's supporting. It's supportive. I've sent you information to be supportive. This includes projects with public funding or privately sponsored projects to be displayed on public and taxpayer-owned property. And please enter into your minutes that I am respectfully requesting all documents, project records, and any discussions leading to a final decision on the Veterans Park project, and the possible acquisition of a jet fighter be provided to the public for their consideration and approval before being brought to the council for any potential vote. I cannot tell you what that means to me militarily and the people in my life, and I'll take you to my home and show you how patriotic I am. I'd love to invite you. I wish to present it to you and yield my time. My rep's on here. Could you please pass that for me? Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we're going to move on to old business from council. Any old business from council?
I have a resident question. Regarding the hanging flower pots. So in February, we approved 72. In March, we paid for them. And apparently somebody took the time to count them, and there are 56 hanging on the city street poles. And they were wondering where are the missing 16, or could we maybe get a refund? So, that.
Someone counted them?
Yeah.
Wasn't me.
So I don't know if we want to have somebody verify how many are actually out there and then track down the missing, or maybe request a refund.
Something you want to
All right, thanks.
All right, any other old business? Move on to our reports. Mayor's report, learned about this ADA YMCA celebration. It's gonna be at Madison County Courthouse, like we did last year. Thursday, July 23rd, 10 a.m. to 11, right at the courthouse. And it's a great event. There's a lot I didn't know about that last year. They had a special needs Olympian there too, to speak, and it was a really good event. So if you have some time on July 23rd, come on down, and they do a little walk after usually. So that's it for me. Any supervisors reports? No supervisors. City managers.
Yeah, good evening, folks. Just have a couple updates for y'all. First, on the demolition front. So we're continuing to work through the financing and bonding options in the process for the demolition for our 3 buildings, 136, 138, and 210 Sconadawa. We received demolition quotes for all 3 now. The staff is working through related costs required for air monitoring. That's the unknown variable right now we're trying to figure out. So because this involves environmental considerations, logistics, demolition logistics, and bonding requirements, there's a few procedural steps we still have to work through before we're completed, before we can present that officially to council. Secondly, I want to provide a quick update, exciting update. Hotel Oneida, developer Ed Riley and his team, they have now completely completed all asbestos mitigation work, and the interior demolition is approximately 90% complete. Significant amount of work. Thank you. Significant amount of work behind the scenes represents real progress, one of the most important redevelopment projects that are downtown. I want to thank Mr. Riley and all the members of his team, engineering staff, support staff, and the construction crews, as well as our own DPW folks who have helped along with everything they needed, as well as Mayor Rossi for his steady oversight and continued leadership, and all the attention paid to try to get this milestone across the finish line here. So third, looking ahead, and very importantly, next month we'll be talking about kicking off 2027 budget season. So in conjunction with our department heads, we're going to begin reviewing departmental needs, staffing, capital priorities, equipment needs, projected revenues and expenses, all of the fun stuff that we're all used to discussing here. I do understand that there was some discussion about establishing a budget hearing from council. I look forward to getting some more direction from them so we can establish a budget date for whenever that occurs. And finally, road work and infrastructure work continue throughout the city. I want to thank our DPW crews, water crews, wastewater folks, and all the members of our City Hall staff that have been out there mowing lawns in this heat. Sometimes it gets real hot, sometimes it gets real cold. All the folks went out there doing a great job. And I just want to say thank you to all of them. Residents should expect to continue to see our crews out in the city streets. And I would ask everyone, as usual, please slow down when you're around our construction folks out there and take the time to get over. Thank you very much, and that concludes my remarks.
Thank you. I'll say it was really cool walking through the city or the Oneida Hotel on Monday. I think I'm too young, if I was in there, to remember being in there as a kid. But a lot bigger in there than it looks from the outside. The basement and the first floor. So really excited for what's to come. Can I get the approval of minutes for June 2nd, 2026?
Motion.
Second?
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any notes, any abstentions? Motion's passed. Can I get the approval of warrant number 12?
Resolved that warrant number 12, including checks and ACH payments totaling $1,709,610.77, as audited by the voucher committee, is hereby approved for payment in the usual manner at the discretion of the comptroller.
Motion?
Second.
Any discussion?
A little over 1.4 of that was towards the reservoir, so the actual bills were like 300.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any noes, any abstentions? Motion's passed. I'll now turn the meeting over to our city clerk, Sandy Bear.
Item number 1, approve electrical inspector, approved to add Northeastern Electrical Inspection Service to the list of approved electrical inspection agencies for the city of Oneida.
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any noes, any abstentions? Motion passed.
Item number 2, contract for services, approve the city manager to sign the court cleaning and minor repairs recapitulation and claim form from the Unified Court System for the City of Oneida Justice Center 2025-2026.
Motion.
Second?
Any discussion?
Yeah, I just want to say, so the prior council back in October approved the contract and the amount that we are allowed to get reimbursed for, so we're simply approving us getting reimbursed for an amount that was already contracted. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any noes, any abstentions? Motion's passed.
Item number 3, budget transfers and amendments. Approve the budget transfers and amendments as outlined by the comptroller or third party duly retained by the city of Oneida to perform such services.
Motion.
Second?
Any discussion?
So did our, the pump end up being cheaper than we thought? Is that what happened? Because this is moving from the pool pump to other park and rec things, right? So was it that it was cheaper in the end, or did we just
The
lose
budget
money
transfer
on
from the pump to other
Yeah.
rec departments.
Well, this is to cover the purchase of seals. They had to go and find seals. Yeah, specialty seals for the pumps.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we did the purchase pump, and this is for seals to replace them.
Gotcha.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any noes, any abstentions? Motion's passed. Any new business from council?
I do. I'd like to, if we could look at a residency requirement for people that are employed by the city of Oneida. Really be looking for new hires, right? People that are already here, I wouldn't expect them to up and move, but kind of a go-forward basis. I think we have it for some positions. I don't believe we have it across the board. But I think it would certainly enhance Oneida, help keep the pool of money that we're putting out in Oneida, and hopefully instill some of that Oneida pride in some of the workers if they lived here and got to see direct results.
What positions are you talking about, Nate?
Really across the board. So I mean, if you got a paycheck from Oneida, right, department heads, police, firemen, I think that's probably in their contracts, right? You probably can't do anything about that now. Department heads, you know, so kind of across the board, right? If your paycheck says City of Oneida on the top, that's who I'd be looking for.
For new hires. you
For
said,
new
right?
hires,
Yeah.
correct. So again,
Go ahead, Chief.
I understand this is gonna be contentious. We can talk about it later, chief.
Just want points of consideration.
I know, we can, I know what you're gonna say. We can talk about it.
All right.
I also, I mean, we did talk
I was
about,
gonna say.
the residency thing is back and forth with me because I do understand the outlook of it, right? I mean, obviously we want people that are here to work here, but at the same time, sometimes we don't have the pool of people that we're really looking for. So I think we gotta be careful with that as well.
right, and I don't want, and again, I don't want it to be construed that your pool of people would be in Oneida. I think you should still be able to recruit from outside the community, give some sort of a time frame, 6-9 months to say, once you accept the job, with the understanding you've got X amount of time to then move to the community. So you'd still be able to look outside for potential hires.
I understand, I kind of went through this with the city manager contract. I looked for a house in this city for 8 months and bought the house I'm in without looking at it. That's how crazy the housing market still is, up until 6 months ago. So it's hard for me to kind of fathom that, you know what I mean? Making someone move to the city when there's not potentially a house for them or a house that their family could fit into.
Chief, is that your concern?
I think this is a good offline discussion, especially
Okay.
around the contract negotiations, like the counselor said. It's certainly in the bargaining unit. But yeah, a lot of thoughts on it, and I would urge maybe some research on other municipalities that have moved away from a residency restriction for new hires due to recruitment and getting qualified candidates for positions.
But I do understand the thought process behind it, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of research that goes behind it as well that talks about the compounding benefits when it comes to revenue and having the workers within your community. Just putting it out there as new business.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good idea.
Any other new business?
I just want to, did you?
I got a couple of things, go ahead.
Thanks, Dan. I just want to mention a couple of things I noticed in the comptroller's monthly report. For going forward comments, Leanne indicated that all policies need to be updated, and I don't want to overlook that because we all know we had an issue, financial issue in the past. And if all policies need to be updated, I'd like that to happen sooner rather than later. Do we need to make a motion to get that rolling, or can we just talk about it and make it happen?
No, legally, from a legal perspective,
Yeah.
you don't need a motion or resolution to do that.
Okay.
I would ask Leanne, when she says all policies, because frankly, I didn't look at what you're talking about or what you're referencing.
That's okay.
Because there's different levels of what a policy consists of. She may be referring to your purchasing policy, things that are in more in her world.
Okay.
As opposed to, some people might say, well, we refer to a policy within our department to do X, Y, or Z when we receive an application. We might want some clarification on what she's referring to with policies. And also,
Yeah.
depending upon what her answer is on that, I would reach out to your insurance carrier because they often have language that they recommend for updates that might reflect changes specific to what their insured concerns may be.
Sure. Kyle, did you want to reach out to Leanne and get that rolling?
Absolutely.
Sweet. And then she also had another going forward comment that said, fixed asset program needs to be implemented. I don't know what that is, but I think we should probably do it if the comptroller says we should. Do you guys know what that is? Fixed asset program needs to be implemented?
That's internal tracking of everything from IT software, computers, to vehicles, pencils, pens, paper. Yeah.
Can we make that happen as well?
So in other words, you're gonna put barcodes and everything?
Yep, you have to buy
That's what it is.
software and get it, yeah, somebody be in charge of it, yeah.
So we already have a program, it just needs to be implemented? That's how I'm reading that, is that correct?
No, we do not have a standardized program for
Okay.
asset tracking in the city.
I think each department does their own thing. They just have files of what they have.
And do you need a software for that? And you say barcodes and something to track it on, don't you, or?
We need a system, right?
Yeah, I would highly recommend, it's a $30 million organization, talk fixed asset tracking, to definitely use some form of professional software to track those assets rather than maybe like an Excel product or a Word product document.
Can we maybe get clarification from Leanne on that as well then?
Clarification on?
On the fixed asset program,
Like
what exactly she wants us to implement?
What's she envisioning?
Yeah.
If we decide to follow that recommendation, do we need formal council action to do that? Through a
It
resolution?
depends on what the recommendation is.
Okay. So
You
we
may or
would
may not.
Sure, so we would check with you first to see if, okay.
And then we probably have to authorize to spend the money for it too.
True. Yep. Okay, that's all for me.
So, we talked about a budget hearing. Sandy's going away, so I feel like this should be pushed to when she gets back, obviously. So we're looking into July. Would you guys want to stay late on our first July meeting and talk a little bit about budget? Since we're already gonna be here, or do you wanna do a whole nother special meeting? I think it's probably easier if we're already here, but totally up to you guys.
I'm good with option one.
That works for me. So that's July 7th, first
Just
July meeting?
7th.
Just for clarification, when you say a budget hearing,
I'm sorry,
meeting,
a special meeting.
okay.
I will,
Continuation meeting going to special.
Well, it's not a hearing.
right, I'm sorry.
I just want those words matter.
I'm sorry.
A budget meeting?
A budget meeting.
For
if we gotta call it
Stay to
special,
discussion.
or we could just,
Workshop.
or it could just, we
Staying to
could
discuss
literally
the
just do
budget.
it under,
Workshop, something?
even if it's new business.
If you make it be a special meeting after that, I believe I would have to advertise it as a
Mhm.
special meeting
If it's
after
just
the
part-
budget. But if you just continue from the meeting, anybody who wants to stay, stays.
And we can make it a special meeting if you wanna
It's up
publicize
to you.
it, just so if you
Yeah.
wanna come, they can come.
Let's,
Yeah.
that sounds good.
So July 7th, everybody good?
Yes.
Sounds good.
Great coffee. So I have a couple things under new business. Can we put the monthly reports as an agenda item going forward?
Again,
I mean, does everybody,
Yeah.
the monthly reports used to be an agenda item where, you know, no, it's not listed in your agenda there, I think. So that way, you don't have to bring it up under new business or old business. It's an agenda item.
What are we doing?
Like here.
You wanna take,
yeah, a long time ago,
Right.
they had them just to receive and place on file the monthly reports. And then in January, a different path was taken to just, the city manager was gonna incorporate the monthly reports differently. And then we decided to go back to adding them as an attachment, but they weren't like an agenda item per se. But they can be, it's not a problem to receive and place them on file like we
Does everybody agree with
Yeah,
that?
because that way we can discuss them
Correct.
when we accept them.
Rather than having new business or old business or something like that.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Okay. Okay, then another thing that I have is there any way, we keep on, seems like the elephant in the room with this DRI. Is there any way that we could just have a special meeting and have the city planner here, the Parks and Rec, and anybody else that's involved in the DRI, go through every project that we have, so that way it's all spelled out, it's open for the public to see it all and understand it all, and we can all understand it, and then we can all make our comments and things that we would like, so that way we can nail this down and move forward with it. Does everybody agree with that?
Yeah,
Yep.
okay with that?
yeah. Can we set the date on that?
Let's do it.
All right. Sandy?
I don't wanna piggyback it on anything.
No, I think
that's gonna be a separate meeting.
Right.
Okay.
Do you mind if we do that on your email so I can check my
Yeah.
calendar?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's
And
fine.
And
Yeah.
Monique's calendar.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think we need to get everybody involved, like, everybody that's got a piece of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Talk with the stakeholders.
Yep.
Anybody else? All right, can I get a motion to adjourn? Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
No, any extensions? Thank you, guys. You're right,
Dan, how are you?